Let's continue with Turnabout Big Top. Can't believe you guys got me all emotional right at the start. December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Who is this? Tee-hee. Tee-hee? Regina? Is she here? You guys, okay. I just need to state this right now. Okay, I didn't know Regina was gonna be here anymore for trial day. I thought we were just completely done with her. The funniest thing happened to me yesterday. After I finished stream, I went outside and my partner looked me dead ass in the eye and he was like, I don't know if I could watch your streams anymore. And I was like, why? And he was like, I didn't know that you were gonna be all ooh girl. I didn't know you were gonna turn into an uwu girl playing these games. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you were voicing a girl. You were voicing a girl and you sounded like this. And he showed me a clip of like those like the TikTok anime women that are like la 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 la. I don't know how to imitate it, okay? I just know that they go like that a lot. And they're talking like facts but like in an ooh cute voice. But yeah, he was like, we're voicing a girl like this, and I was like, Regina? But like, granted, I mean, it's warranted, isn't it? She's supposed to be like a really cutesy girl. Everyone adores her. She's 16, okay? Like, look at her. Tell me that she does not demand the respect of an ooh voice or cutesy voice. Like, no? I mean, okay, yes, she does look regal. Yes, she does look, but she's very excitable as well. Like, she's bouncing off the walls sometimes. Like, come on. I gotta put my foot down. I am... It's not that I'm trying to be an ooh-woo girl, okay? It's not that. But, like, when the character calls for it, it's just gonna come out. This is what happens when you just voice act stuff on the fly, okay? You don't choose your voices. They choose you. Anyway, that was my spiel. Love you, honey. Anyway, I'm still gonna be going with it. I don't even think it was that ooh. It wasn't that cute. I have a hard time with my inflections when the voices that I do are at my ceilings. So like for acro, I was attempting to have them really low and to enunciate the words like properly. But it was so low that as I read, like it progressively just started scaling up, and then it just sounded like Phoenix to me. For Regina, I can get up there, like all right, you know, I could get her pretty okay. Like she's not Trilo bad, she's not like that, but when I start having to go like, or like, you know, do those other things with my voice to actually make it sound like she has a personality, it will dip. It will dip. out of scale. And I don't know. I need more practice, I think. All right, let's see if I remember how to use Regina's ooh voice.
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina!
How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today?
Of course I did! Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that?
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess. You'll fly at the end?
Her voice sounds completely off to me. It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't, yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, she's never left the circus, right?
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience.
Hopefully she didn't bring her tiger. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best.
Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya! Oh, thank God Mo's here. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck? Let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor. I can't do a British accent, so... top of the morning, or Irish, I don't know what kind of accent that is. That's the ticket. Attack in the day starts with energy in the morning. Oh, that'll wake me up. The other bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Does everyone at the circus just drink milk? Is no one lactose intolerant? Oh my. Thanks. It would be so funny if he was. So, how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro?
Huh?
You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can with other witnesses. Ooh, do you think they're gonna penalize us for pressing all the wrong items again? What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess we're gonna fail like 3 times today. Well, I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Yeah, this is exactly what he's saying. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. Evidence only? You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Evidence only? What kind of speed run are we doing with this trial? Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then, she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes. That's why I brought her here today, to court. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Ooh, trying to get her with the hard truth here. December 30th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events. What's the meaning of this? We have discovered a new witness. Or shall I say a new eyewitness? One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present, if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. On my orders. On my orders. Poor Gumshoe. Very well. Please, call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work. Or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. His wheelchair does not look like it should fit there. The perspective there is a little off. Name and occupation. Name and occupation. Ken Dingling. But everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Big Berry Circus. At the Berry Big Circus. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see that the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. Witness testimony. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump from outside the window. Then, after a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. From behind? So he was faced like this and climbing up a rope, probably. He didn't see his front. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown. If that's the case, there's very little stumbled. Also, apologies in advance if I have to repeat myself a bunch. Sometimes I will stumble on my words like I just did, or other times I just won't like how it sounds initially, so I'll just say the line again. Yeah. If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared. I'm gonna stumble a lot. I'm really bad at accents. I like to just say they're all different voices, but with her, I'm trying specifically to do a German one, but like it's bad. Apologies to anyone who's German. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did. You're gonna attack us with our boyfriend? With your brother? I mean, they're not like blood related, but they grew up together because Von Karma was his mentor. So she's like a sister. She's our sister-in-law, basically, is what I'm saying, you know. Miss Fran's sister-in-law. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony? In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination. Cross-examination. What I witnessed. Okay. I'm gonna save because Phoenix made it sound like we can't press at all here. But I want to press everything. Like, it's what we do. This is what we do around here. You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright, sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Suspicious. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers. Oh! The witness will proceed with his testimony. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? So we can press. Yes. And you said that you were resting in bed? That is correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside. I was indeed. Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. Oh, maybe this is what he meant. Like, acro is just gonna dance around. He's gonna be so vague that I can't do anything else but present evidence. But maybe something was contradictory in what he just said now. He was resting in bed, but he still heard a sound outside. I'm gonna say there's nothing wrong for now, because the statement I'm most suspicious of is the fact that he saw the back of Maximilian Galactica. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. Ooh, maybe that was a damaged spot. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying. Okay. Are you sure it was a human being? Yeah, was it money? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin, an action figure is plausible. You have no need to mince words with Mr. Phoenix Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth. Just as if we were there with you that night. I believe it was a human. Damn. I just strengthened this testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. Oh, it's just gonna keep asking us. Okay, no, there's nothing wrong. What's the matter? Okay, nothing here. I definitely want to press this. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit things up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front. Did you see any of the other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. Oh, his costume is made of silk. Silk isn't shiny. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. You can't verify for sure that it was Max. You didn't see his face. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. Oh, the music didn't stop, so I don't think that's... If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence. Oh, wait! I know what to give! The hat was left at the scene of the crime, right? She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? The hat was left. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? Stand? This man is wheelchair-bound, Phoenix! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out your window that night. That would have been quite difficult, considering the state I'm in. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because, you would have noticed the silk hat found at the scene of the crime. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, as stated by Regina. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Order! Order! Easy! Easy! As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouths before sinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today? Because he has a grudge against Max? I don't think that's true, because when Acro spoke of Max, he seemed to respect his drive and the momentum in which he was helping push the circus along. Acro was dreaming. He heard the thump, though. He kind of lined up with Mo's story, so that's you know, that's hard to believe. I guess we have to go with Acro as the real culprit. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion? Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Oh, with Regina on the stand and everything, too. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. Well, you seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Dang it! Don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to rouse the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's so calm. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He has like zero emotion, this guy. He is staying rather calm and collected. Why are we getting attacked by the bird? Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house. That's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client, but to do this by accusing me of a murder? Of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is that's not ridiculous. Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous. She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man!
Phoenix is a poopy head!
See that? Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice. Of course he did! His monkey! What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Of course he did. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. But if that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices. You don't say. Not good. Not good. This isn't gonna end well. Don't tell me you think you're getting off. Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. What? You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes. Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. Let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice? Honey the monkey. Does he have his own profile picture? No, he doesn't. Money the monkey. You don't say. Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad. Was it not the monkey? Was it, by some strange turn of events, Bat? Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy. Oh! Oh! Wait, I didn't get hurt there. I completely skipped all the dialogue because I thought it was just repeating. Do you have any proof that this person you've accused was indeed an accomplice? Any proof that Money the Monkey was an accomplice? Do I not just... do I not just present him again? Because honestly, we don't have anything else to prove that Money is an accomplice. We just know that he helps take care of Acro and that he steals things for him. Do you have any proof that this person was an accomplice? No. Right? I mean, no. Other than the fact that he like stole our attorney's badge. And Regina's vest for Leon that we don't have anymore. No. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Did Acro have an accomplice? Had to have. I can't say that he didn't. Okay, we've already been through this. Right? I really hope this isn't the case of like, yeah, no, he doesn't have an accomplice. Could the crime photo help there? Contains pepper. Oh my god, what if the missing bust was in that wooden box? You think? I have no idea what to do right now. Oh wait! I don't think that it was that the ringmaster was bringing this box over. I think he was picking it up. And then he got knocked on the head. And that's what happens. That's what happened 6 months. So the conclusive evidence of what took place was the pepper. Okay, we know for sure what happened 6 months ago, but like, what about here? what about here? What about here? Shiny bust. What's the shiny? Okay, okay. I still think it's money. But could it also be Mo? I really don't think it's Mo. He seems like a good guy. Like, Money would be the only one who knows, like he, number one, he wouldn't leave footprints because he's climbing all over things all the time. We could try presenting the crime scene photo. Would Monkey know to, like, leave a box on the floor? I don't know. Let's try Money again, though, because we didn't get hurt that time. Oh. Did you hear that? Hear what? The sound of you getting caught in your own trap. What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on a solid foundation. Foundation? Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that this person you've accused was indeed the accomplice? How do we prove it? I don't understand. Like, even if we didn't choose Money the Monkey there, how do we prove that anyone else is an accomplice? About his puppet, he won't say much. I don't think Ben has anything to do with this. Regina. Barry. I mean, we only have his word right now that his brother's still in a coma. And I don't know, man. Oh my god, that scared me. I thought I presented it. Placed in his pocket. Let's try presenting the crime photo. No, it's not. Okay, we got hurt again. What happens if we just say, like, of course he didn't? Now then, this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice. I knew it! I knew they were tricking us! Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Does the monkey not count as an accomplice? Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself. Order! Order! What the... What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. And now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Phoenix really does want to speedrun this, man. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingaling? Where was he? Was he at the scene of the crime? Was he at the scene of the crime, or was he in his bedroom? Is the real question here. I still firmly believe he could have thrown a tightrope over to the street lamp, right? The safety light, whatever it's called. But as for like going down, I think like I don't think he would have done that. But Mo didn't testify to there being anyone else. So he must have just used his arm strength to just trapeze down. That wouldn't explain no footprints though. He couldn't have landed on the floor. Unless he landed on the box. Unless he landed on the ringmaster and then on the box. So maybe he didn't use money at all. There's no way he was anywhere but exactly right here. In the plaza? He was at the scene of the crime itself? You're right though. The murderer would have had to have met the victim. Ow! Miss Von Karma, stop it! You will be quiet and refrain from striking people. The witness could not have possibly left the lodging house on his own. Not to mention what Mr. Phoenix Wright just said. There was no accomplice, remember? Yeah, you're right. You think I could get another chance? Okay. Wait just 1 minute. Don't forget about my proverbial whip as well. So he did use money. He was in his room. He was spectating. Okay. So then he was spectating Money the Monkey do his bidding? Maybe. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the Kingmaster. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the Ringmaster. What? What? Are you nuts? What say you, Mr. Dingling? It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering what you proposed is impossible, yes. That's it. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer. You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? No. Oh my god! It's not money! That's the bust! That's Max's bust. Oh my god, I can't believe it just came to me. He didn't use Money the Monkey. He dropped the statue of Max on the ringmaster. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've gotta give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright. Used a tightrope connected to the bust. But the problem with that theory is that, number one, we do not have the bust in our possession. Number two, we have no tightrope of any sort, like no fishing wire or what have you that could pull it up. That's not in our possession either. We know that Regina hinted at, like, oh, in the mornings I take out his trash for him, I bring him breakfast. So that's just, it's completely gone. But I, for sure, believe that he used this bust with Max's costume on it. How he got the costume, though, is a completely different story. Like, how did he get hold of the cape? I mean, I guess it was only mentioned that the hat itself was a one-of-a-kind. It never... Nobody has ever said anything about the cape being a one-of-a-kind thing. So he could have just, like, had a spare, you know? I mean, I know in the flashback with Max and the ringmaster in that room that there was one hanging on the coat hanger, coat rack. Anyway, that kind of eludes me. Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime. All we have is that picture. I don't think we have sufficient evidence. This is just talking about committing the crime. What happens if we say we can't present evidence? Is this like the life or death situation, or... I think we will finally be graced with an explanation. Don't push it, Von Karma. What? You aren't gonna suck me in this time. Another bluff. I'm smart enough to know when I don't have the cards to play, and my hand kinda sucks right now. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? He means that everything he's said up until now has all been Nonsense. It's true, right? If you can't establish proof of your murder theory, then it's nonsense. He's trying to fool us by playing some misdirection game. Okay, yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so it wasn't a bluff. It looks like this isn't gonna pass muster. Nick, you've gotta show them some evidence. Easier said than done. So what'll it be, Mr. Wright? I'm gonna present some evidence. Okay, well, I mean, it's the bust. It has to be the bust. It's just we have nothing else with us. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture. Let it be known, I already definitively said it was the bust that killed him, okay? Let it be known. The bust? It's quite a large bust, and because it's life-sized, it's also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. See? This is how Acro was able to kill the Ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Oh, I thought he was gonna keep going. Ample bust. Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the Ringmaster? A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit. How? How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He's got the upper body strength. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like that. Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, 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 Acro. You can't run— Ow! I'd watch what you say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix, right? But what? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? On Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such a testimony. The defense has its version of murder. The prosecution has the right to respond. The defense's objection is overruled. Why can't he see things my way for once? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony. The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any low to win a case. To any low, rather. Witness testimony. Acro's physical state. I suppose suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? That's why you left the box sitting out, though. You were aiming for whatever was hovering over the box at the time. X marks the spot. Or X marks the box, rather. I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries. That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright? I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. I can't let her get to me. I've gotta focus. Cross-examination. I think we know what to press here. If not press, then present. Why do you say it would have been impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window? Thus, there's no way that I would have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point.
Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this? If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust.
That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow. Okay, so we do just provide evidence that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. So there are two things we could possibly bring up, right? There's the letter that called the ringmaster out, or, you know, even potentially Regina out to that location, because it does specify that they want to meet at 10 p.m. at the lodging area, right? Or we just present the box. That's just a simple box and go, you know? I think I've already explained things sufficiently. I do just want to press, just for the hell of it. If all you had to do was drop it, then it wouldn't have been a problem at all. If all I had to do was drop it, you're right. I could have done that. However, there's no way that I could land a direct hit on the ringmaster's head. So that kind of makes your theory a bit pointless, doesn't it, Mr. Wright? Acro's strong enough to lift up the bust. The main problem is how he could have aimed for the ringmaster's head. I wonder if he used some kind of tool to aim for the ringmaster.
That's the ticket, Nick! Show them what you've got!
I have to be careful. I have to find something that fits perfectly with the case. I don't remember us finding any sort of tool, but maybe we overlooked something. Okay, the reason why I pressed there was because I wasn't entirely sure if I press it here, or sorry, present here or here. And I think with that last statement, it's kind of leading me to believe that we present the box here. So let's present box. Let me just check the note too real quick. So meet me 10 p.m. tonight at lodging house. Yeah. So yeah, that's the note that calls Ringmaster out. And we're just gonna present this. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the Ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling! How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. Oh my god! All of the dots are connecting. So yes, the box was left there for the Ringmaster to pick up, right? But remember earlier in the case, I was like, well, but why is the box so heavy? Why is it lined with iron, right? It has to be a trick box. I think the reason why it's so heavy was so the Ringmaster would struggle to pick it up. Because obviously the ringleader doesn't have that much muscle strength. He's an old man, okay? He doesn't do all the tricks and what have you. So he was bent over. He was bent over the box. Just like this. With arms stretched out. Well, elbows out. Holding on to the sides. Trying to carry this thing. And he couldn't. And he was in that position for long enough that Acro could drop the bust on his head. That is a small window for Acro to like stop, like to pull the rope taut so it doesn't hit the ground. But I'm sure he also like measured it out properly. But my god. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the Ringmaster, he's not even gonna name Trillo. When Ben and company saw the Ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the Ringmaster lifted up this wooden box! Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No. Order! Order! This is unbelievable. Finally, Some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. And there's only one way to go from here. Forward. So, the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Ow! That's not, I don't even think that makes sense. Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. The weight. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see! One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body. Wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it? That's correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! This man is still unfazed! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. And I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Wait, I'm shocked at your imaginative. I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Ooh. Remember how Mo said that, like, Akra was really angry? I think that was because... he realized he missed his target. He didn't kill Regina. He killed the ringmaster. And he was pissed. Like, he went through all of that just to kill the wrong person. And I think that's why he was so upset when Mo informed him of the murder. But now I think he's just like in a state of... He's cathartic right now. Is catharticism a word? he's cathartic right now, and he's kind of come to terms with like the fact that like, oh shit, I did a bad, and just take me. Take me. You did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember it was in the kitchen. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? But the bust is shiny. And we all know who loves shiny things. I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I couldn't possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Okay, I know I've been pushing that money took the bust, but Regina brings Acro his breakfast. Could Regina? I mean, no, right? Could Regina have brought him the bust? No, right? Like, I hope not. To make her father a star? To be with Leon? No! Oh my god, no! I hope not. Oh my god. Acro, did you take advantage of her naivete? Your own sister? I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? No. I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? Please don't tell me it was Regina. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Explain that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all. All right, Mr. Wright. Let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room? I really hope that it's not Regina. I really, truly hope that my Money the Monkey theory was right, because if Regina was taken advantage of in that way and unknowingly had a hand in her own father's death, that is fucking awful. That is messed up. That is fucked. Please be Money the Monkey. Please, 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 please. A monkey? Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course. Oh wait, of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. I'm so, yeah, the wave of relief that came over me. Like, that would have been so dark. Oh God, protect Regina, protect her. Home? Money lives in Acro's room. Acro's room? But the bust was... the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro, Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bust in question at this moment? I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey hadn't stolen the bust. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then, you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer. Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this, and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? Well, it would still be the bust. It would still be the bust. Like, it would be the bust and money. Because I have no other way to explain how the cape gets on it. How does the cape appear on the bust? Someone tell me. If it wasn't Money the monkey who was hanging on to that thing, riding it down, and then stealing the cape from the ringmaster, putting it on like, where did the cape come from? Because this is a bust. It's like up to here, right? There's no cape on that thing. Where did the cape come from? Acro's room? I mean, that's the only other thing that makes sense, right? That's like... Anyway, it's the bust. He saw Max's... Ow! I asked, who was the other person Mo saw on the scene? That evidence has nothing to do with this question. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he didn't actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off those cards in the bust's hands. Idiot. Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree? Ugh, he caught me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? I can't believe they're asking this question of me. I can't believe this. Bunny the monkey. I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Didn't the defendant wear his cloak the entire time he was at practice? No, actually. So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak? Well, furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bust, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene. Are you trying to tell me that Russell Berry himself put the cloak on the bust? Because how does that make sense? In what world? I mean, we know for sure that he was wearing, right? He was wearing Maximilian Galactica's outfit. And that's why, like, Ben and Trillo mistook him. But I mean, now that I'm saying it out loud, it does make sense because we didn't see the cloak on the ringmaster's body. But, like, why would he do that? Oh, we died. Okay, well, we had to start. Oh my god, I didn't save! So who put the cloak on the bus? Russell Berry, I guess. A fool. Him? Him? He. Is it like that? Is it him? Him? You're saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. But yeah, please explain this to me, Phoenix, because, like, why? In what world does that make sense? I mean, the victim? The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust. I mean, was it because he felt... No, the bust would have come down. Phoenix, explain! Explain, please! Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Did it just happen to fall onto its shoulders? Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. Alright. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. How about before you do that, let's save! Because... This is so strange. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust. And he attached that rope to the bust. And dangled the bust out of his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. So like a pulley system, maybe? At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Okay, so no pulley system. Now, this is when the magic happens. Oh my god, they're gonna physically demonstrate. I mean, yes, give it to me, because I cannot visualize this at all. I just imagine it flipping over onto the bust, maybe? At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, okay. I guess. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised. with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. This is an amazing recreation of events. Can I just say that? Like 10 out of 10, Phoenix. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So, you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he's come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there's still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually. In Mo's account?
Okay then. Use that and get us out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. A contradiction in Mo's testimony. I want hard proof that you have unraveled the trick to this magic case. Hard proof. Why did Phoenix bring up Mo? I mean, we have nothing of Mo's testimony that could be brought up as evidence. I want hard proof that you've unraveled the trick. Do we present note here? Like, why would Phoenix say that? I feel gaslit right now. Contradiction in Mo's testimony. Was it that he saw it flying into the sky when really he should have been seeing it go into Acro's room? Is that the contradiction? Let's bring up the note here though, because I feel like it's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that proves motive, really. Was it wrong? Try again. If they'd been silent for 2 more seconds, I would have screamed. They say they want evidence. Something unusual. Do we bring up Mo then? I don't understand. Do we bring up Mo then? Okay, no, not Mo. I'm actually not sure what he's alluding to here. I mean, is it the fact that their rooms are close together? That's not it either. Okay, we have to restart. Hold on. We're not sitting through all of the trial again. Okay. Hard proof that you unraveled the trick. Okay, I don't know what he's talking about. I have absolutely no clue. What contradiction was there in Mo's testimony? What did Mo testify to? I mean, is it the hat? Because we know he didn't see the roses. Wait. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. Mo wouldn't have seen the roses. He would have seen the face, though, of the bust. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. They're silent here again, then. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one. The white roses was the other. But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions. You fool. You fool. Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? No, not at all. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo supposedly saw was actually the bust's. Oh. Okay. I mean, I guess. I don't remember. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine. You've got one. But what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court? He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. Because it was faced away. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course. I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. Please recall the instance that the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Okay. They get hidden in the cards. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order! Seems like we're gonna have to take a break. This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. White's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory.
Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. It was an accident. It was purely accidental. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive, huh? It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I'll listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess. December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. I can't believe it. Acro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is. And to think, he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated? Was that Maya hemming? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst. Psst. I don't think this is Maya. But I'm nothing but a little nobody, you know. Oh, is he going country here? Hold on. Let's prep our country boys. but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know. But you are not, which is kind of the reason why. Oh my god, is this Mo? Hey! Hey, pal! Oh, it's Gumshoe. Not gonna lie, Gumshoe was the furthest recesses of my mind. All I had in my head was Carney Crew. You're gonna ignore me after I went through all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Well, if you insist.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it?
Here you go. He has Acro's scarf. I mean, no, not Acro. Bat. He has Bat's scarf.
Huh?
Oh my god, did he steal it? From Miss Franziska von Karma?
Huh?
This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yep. And I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later. Look at this proud boy. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. He's rebelling. This is how the old dog rebels. Huh? Sick of her shit. Sick of her whip. Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. We're not allies. I think we're quite good friends here, Gumshoe. But everything that's happened in court up until now is gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem to control... Wait. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Now, when he says our, is he talking about him and Franziska, our sister-in-law? Or, like, is he talking about us? Final plans? Oh, he's totally talking about sister-in-law here. That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the end. Wait a second. He's not talking about Edgeworth, is he? Does he know where Edgeworth is? Gumshoe, do you know where Edgeworth is? That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by that? The very end part. I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh! One more thing. Don't scare me like that! It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. What is with this Carney crew and milk? Is no one lactose intolerant? I'm gonna shake information out of him. I will! If he knows something about Edgeworth, nobody's gonna stand in the way of that. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? What if the reason there's so much milk is because it's from his family back in the farm? what if his family is supplying all of this drink? That's sweet, but also like, why? Why? At least keep it refrigerated. December 30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Akro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Akro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick? Are you okay? Did he have to drink some milk? Does he have to use the bathroom? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Witness testimony about the ringmaster.
When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
That was the shortest testimony we have ever gotten.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. Am I hearing barking underneath? Juju? Oreo? Okay. Okay. I wonder how anyone could think that Akro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright?
Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Akro kill the ringmaster?
It was an accident!
This might be my last chance to answer that question.
Of course we'll cross-examine. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness.
You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well. Mr. Wright, cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examination.
Well, I mean, let's press, I guess.
We? Yes. my brother Sean and I. What? You have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old, and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Very Big Circus. Oh. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! No crying in court. Let's keep going. The witness may proceed with his testimony. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother, all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had.
Huh, that's strange. That's interesting. What about Regina, who was the ringmaster's daughter and could have been your stepsister? What about the circus here? What about your little found family going on? Huh, Acro? Like, what is this? What is this about? Someone's a little ungrateful here. I'm just kidding. Obviously, he was closest to his brother and the ringmaster. A little too chaotic for this. What about the other people at the circus? Yes, Judge! Bring the chaos back!
This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in. So no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help him. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know. He seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then, how long have you been a performer? You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dinglingberries. Are you serious with this name right now? Like, never mind the fact that every time I see his last name, I think of dingalings. Flying Dingling Berries. Capcom, do better. It's nearly a household name. That makes it worse. That makes it so much worse. Okay, be serious. Be serious. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. It makes it worse. I've even heard them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You truly are a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. Did you ever have any trouble with the Ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of a fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or the heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! Ow! No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. He was agreeing with you. Sister-in-law, he was agreeing with you. For those who don't know, we learned that Miss Francisca Von Karma here grew up with Edgeworth since Edgeworth was learning all of his, you know, the jack of all trades here of prosecutors from Mr. Von Karma. So they've got like a brother-sister thing going on, completely not romantic at all. So she's basically our sister-in-law. Edgeworth and I are married. I mean, Edgeworth and Phoenix are married. Sorry, slip of the tongue there. Edgeworth and Phoenix. Anyway. Exactly. Why? Where? How did that happen? I clicked the mouse. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the Ringmaster leads me to believe that it's pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know. Can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the Ringmaster dead? I can't provide one. Because it was an accident! Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is such foolhardy foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, "This is the real killer of Russell Berry, Ringmaster." If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro, you didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. But what did you say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the Ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What?
Come on, let me pick his actual victim, Judge. Let me show you who it really was. Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? I hope this is the part where she's asking for the true victim, or the true intent, because I'm just gonna pick her right now. Oh, that wasn't me picking her. I'm just gonna pick her right now. Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to— Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want— lots of W's here. Sorry, hold on. Kind of broke our momentum here. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. That. All right, Mr. Wright. Oh. That wasn't it? Wait, that wasn't it? I mean, that was the motive. Unless they were asking for, like, the piece of paper. The note. At this point, the only thing that's important is evidence. This better not be a bluff. You're not going to— Ow! You're not going to fool me, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Those two are finishing each other's sentences now. It must be the special bond between whipper and whipped. My patience is wearing thin, Mr. Wright. Okay, let's present the note here. Sorry, you didn't make it clear, okay? First of all, was not clear. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So, you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't Fosa? That's exactly what I mean. Wow, I turned him German there. That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order!
order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours, it's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake. Instead of Regina. That's incredible! Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. Oh, I've got it! I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza! And that's when he let the bust fly.
Oh, Judge, you're excited for not the right things.
Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all of this? From the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only gonna get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
Acro wrote this note to Regina!
Objection!
Foolishly foolish fool! But foolishly foolish fool! Bah! You're so foolish! You've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool! Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. In place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that's alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago.
I know all about it. I'm just like the judge, for real, for real. Excited for things I shouldn't be excited about. There's a tragedy. We're in trial right now. Be serious, you guys.
An incident occurred 6 months ago. And now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron.
Wait. Are you sure that it relates to the present case?
Judge, it's motive. Please, just let me work.
It does indeed, Your Honor.
Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... Oh wait, this is Phoenix, not the judge. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually the pepper that was in the wooden box! Achoo! 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 Ow! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this? Mr. Phoenix Wright. It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence was what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So, what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. A foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Her boyfriend, Bat. Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina... she did that to him? Man, and she's in the stands listening to all of this. Poor girl. Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina... She does her full name sometimes, and then she doesn't. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then, what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was. A prank gone wrong. I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix Wright. It's impossible to prove Miss Barry's involvement. It's impossible to prove Miss Barry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it? Instigating a lion attack. Instigating? Oh no, yeah, I said that right. I said it and then, like, my mind was like, I don't think that word's right. Yeah, that's right. Instigating a lion to attack? Who ever heard of something like that? Who ever heard of something like... God dang it. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed this was conclusive evidence. But it's true! It's true! Phoenix, don't give up. A small bottle of pepper and a lion. What's their connection? What's the matter, Nick? I figured it out. Wow, it was right in front of my nose the entire time. Your Honor, wait. What is it? The lion-biting bat was no accident at all. What? What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. What am I doing here? Regina... Yes, Regina is responsible because of the bet they made, but like, what do you want me to present here, Phoenix? What do you want from me? The scarf? I mean, we just got it, and apparently it says there's a small quantity of pepper on it, so... That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who's the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Huh? Okay, that makes more sense than her slipping the pepper bottle into Bat's pocket, because, like, it's not open, so why would the lion sneeze? So, yes, covering the scarf in pepper makes so much more sense. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal... Doing what, Judge? But out of curiosity, what was her crime? A prank gone wrong. Miss Barry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed, and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. Poor lion. In reality, all he actually wanted to do was sneeze. And he was put down for it. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool!
Oh, Regina.
You've got to be kidding me! What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot!
It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true?
You don't mean... You can't mean... Witness?
Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion... I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? I freaking knew he was gonna ask for the bust. Or like the rope. Or like a witness who saw him do it. Like, I freaking knew it. But like, what else do we have to present? Nothing! You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon. Or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. But we have no clue where it is. I have a feeling that, like, that Regina threw it out, because we already know she goes into his bedroom to throw out the trash. So I feel like Regina herself got rid of the evidence. Or, I don't know, maybe that could be wrong. Like, if she did go into Acro's room to throw out the trash, he would have obviously been like, he would have been surprised, right? Because his target is alive. But he very clearly stated that Mo was the first one to give him the details of the ringmaster dying. Well, actually, you know, both of those statements could be true. Those could very those both could very well be true. Because if Regina wasn't dead, who was, right? Okay, the bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. See how things work out first, or request to search Acro's room. Okay, let's check court record. Because for sure we have nothing here. Unless my theory about this being a trick box is correct, and we can find it somewhere in this wooden box. But no, let's not go off the rails there, okay? I don't think we can present anything here. I really don't. You know, now would be a good time to use Magatama power here, by the way, Phoenix. Like, just saying. I think we request to search the room. I don't think we'll find anything there. The bus is for sure long gone. But I don't think we get anything out of just seeing how things work out. Unless we're like banking on Regina interrupting the trial. So let's save. Because I don't want to go through all of this again. Let's request to search. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. Huh. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now, you must know the meaning of von Karma total justice. Total justice. You mean... A von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. Sorry. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But, to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that's relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Do something, Nick! Don't let this case slip away! Bust. Where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright. You should know where that bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. The hell am I supposed to know where the bust is? Oh, come on. It seems this case is coming to a close. Oh, come on! The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness.
No. Yes? Regina?
Oh, Maya.
Where is Max's bust?
Oh.
Doggy was coughing, sorry.
Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its lace.
Lace?
I mean case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I just bit my tongue.
Huh? What? We need time to do what?
Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? You're asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Maybe.
Hey, wait! You can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward.
The murder weapon. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Where is the bust? In the lodging house? In Big Top? In the courtroom? Can I look at a map first? Okay, Acro, lodging house, yes. Where does Regina throw the trash out, is my question. Because it could be in the very Big Top. I don't think it's in Lodging House. Also, saying that it's here in court is a little weird. Like, who would bring that to court? Let's save. Because that's a lot of life. That's a lot of hit points we're taking. But I mean... So here's the thing, right? Is... If we say it's in the courtroom, then that means we can actually present it as evidence. But, like, why? Who... Regina wouldn't bring that here. I think it's in Big Top. I think that's my guess. It must be somewhere in the very Big Top. It's in the Big Top? Mr. Wright, where exactly in the Big Top would we find the bust? Ooh, okay, these are really good choices. So, Ringmaster's room has all of the trophies, right? Cafeteria is where the bust normally is. And then Center Ring is where Regina... That's her playground. I want to say cafeteria, only because that's the only place I can think of where there would be a receptacle, like a trash can. Like, I don't think Regina went through the trash and then, like, found the bust and decided to place it back on the VIP table, because it would have been there, right? I think it's in the trash of the cafeteria. Because if you guys recall, her routine was to get breakfast from the cafeteria, bring it to Acro, get his trash, and then get her own breakfast. So, okay, I just solidified this theory for me. It's in the cafeteria. Of course, it's obviously in the cafeteria. Watch me be so wrong. Watch me be so off base. The cafeteria? Why would it be there? Well, they haven't stopped me. That's easy enough. It's the messiest place in the entire circus. Ow! Spare us the jokes. That reminds me. Our office is just as messy as that cafeteria. I wouldn't go that far. It's not that messy. We went over the cafeteria with a fine-tooth comb and found no sign of a bust. Oh, that's raw. Wait, that was so wrong. Wait, that was so wrong. Okay, where would it be then? Would it be correct to assume that it's in Big Top still? Would that still be correct? Or could we be wrong about Big Top entirely? Okay, where? In the center? It's in the circus's center. Okay, music didn't stop, so I think it's wrong. What is it doing there? Haven't you ever heard the saying, if you like it, then you should put a ring on it? Oh no. It's kind of like that. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. Okay. So that was wrong. That was wrong. Okay, since we're restarting anyway, let's just try. Let's see if it's in the courtroom. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. The judge's bench. The witness stand. Acro has it. Acro's been carrying it with him the entire time? What? Also, in the courtroom? I mean, we did, like, theorize that, like, oh, hey, well, if it's in the courtroom, then we can present it as evidence. I mean, like, I should have just rolled with that. What is with this whole Regina's routine of going to the cafeteria, going to Acro's, and then going back? Like, who let me cook that hard? Acro? I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? Oh my god. Oh my god. He's just carrying it? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. Is it just sitting between his legs? I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Wouldn't you see it, though? Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. That's crazy. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have all been over. Which is why you had to hide it. In the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? That's insane. Also, like, wouldn't it be, like, so lumpy? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? Huh? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But, you know, If we really think about it, Regina wouldn't have been able to carry the bus. That thing's heavy. We even made points about it that Acro couldn't balance holding the bus, looking out without it being like too heavy to bring him overboard, you know? He's only able to carry it because he has the upper body strength. Regina surely has no upper body strength, so okay, yeah, she didn't bring it to the trash can. Okay, I get it, I understand. Yeah. But the bus, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now, to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. I bet it wasn't Von Karma who ordered the search. I bet Gumshoe did that on his own. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order that surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. Oh, she did order it. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. Ken Dingling. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. And that's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. And that's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get back at him in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times. But I just couldn't forgive her. No matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it. No matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So are you saying that you're a victim in all of this as well? Yeah, all of them are.
That's not what I mean.
No, Acro just feels guilty. He killed his surrogate father, okay? Like, Acro, no. You are a victim, Acro. That's why I don't feel good about putting you in jail. I'm not happy about this case. This case is tragic. Of course it happens in the circus, too. Not happy about this, Acro. Not happy about you going to prison. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me. Again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. Feels bad, man. Not guilty, but not good either. This case is so tragic! This court has adjourned. Hate it! December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 5. And now we have to deal with Regina. Fuck, man. And this! What the fuck? Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro's a ringmaster. Regina and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question. And one I don't know the answer to. You don't know if they're good people? Max, were you not listening to the case? Everything was an accident! Many congrats! But only at max 1,000,000 of them! Oh god, and Mo too. Mo! Please, tone it down! Both of you are up here, I need it down here! Be a little more sad. Can we send Mo to jail instead? Yes, yes. Thank you. What's with the vibes in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll never... Wait. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Yes, Regina! Let out the waterworks! We should all be crying right now! Poor girl. So, protect her, please! You shouldn't have been here! Fucking Mo! It's Mo's fault she's here! fucking want her to get a reality check. This isn't about Santa Claus, okay? Santa Claus is harmless. But this, you want her to realize people don't become stars? I hate this. She's been like this for a while now. I wonder why. I wonder why!
It's all my fault.
Sweetie. Sweetie pie.
Dad and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something.
What do you want to know, Regina?
Acro said something right at the end.
I just couldn't up and leave yet.
Does that...
Oh my god, is she gonna say, like, he was able to walk the whole time? Like, what a realization to have at this moment. When your father is dead and you find out that your prank caused Bat to go comatose, like, what a realization. Regina, please. Please avert expectations, Regina.
Does that mean that Acro... Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me?
Okay, good. Yeah. This completely threw me off base. Okay, yes. No, I don't think so, baby girl. Don't worry about that. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina.
Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that?
Yeah. Acro doesn't have any desire for Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
I want to know that you're not just making this stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge.
Crying Regina! Crying Regina is so much more fun than Uwu Regina. What do we bring up here? Let's see. Pepper, Bugs, picture, well, I just do not know. Blood forced bat. No, don't do that. Oh well, who knows at this point? Can we check this? This tells us nothing. That was just Max in all his glory. What the fuck do we bring up here? I'm not just making stuff up, but can we show her our attorney's badge? Like, hey, I have authority here. How about you listen to me for once? What if we show her her father's profile? Like, all of this icky revenge talk caused him to kill one of the people that he admired most. Yeah, I think that puts a damper on revenge, does it not? Like, oh, I wanted to present that. Let's present that. I think it's wrong. I think it's absolutely wrong. So, what do you think about this?
Now do you understand there's no need to worry?
You were lying to me! No one ever tells me the truth! No one ever tells me what's going on!
Looks like I made a mistake with that one. Poor Regina.
I don't think there was a right answer there. Everyone's just going on about their day here.
Hey, Max? What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? Sorry about what happened. So, whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's gonna happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone's sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh! That's quite the goal.
Yay! I can't wait!
Then, I guess that changes things. There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you?
She's just been here, huddled in a corner crying to herself. I thought she ran off.
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Very Big Circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Very Big Circus without Regina Berry.
Max. Nick. Maya.
It seems like everything's gonna turn out all right here.
I can't wait to see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order the special whoopee cushion seats. Fade to black.
I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If that girl really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright? Is this our boyfriend? Is this our fiancé, our husband?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Acro's case, I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes! Our boyfriend! You missed Valentine's Day! Yay! Edgeworth! 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 He's back, baby, and totally not dead like Phoenix keeps trying to tell us.